Miss Lily
Thank you
Aiman's
so much,
joining.
Adeline, and thank you everyone. Thank you, Keshan and Manman as well for tonight's punya testimonial. So basically, myself have been using the Platinum Quilt since last year, March 2020. Just because I bought it from my mom, I saw the difference in here after using it for 2 weeks. So my mom has been using it for 2 weeks. I bought it for her as her retirement gift, the deep sleep, and also the Platinum Quilt. So I asked consent lah for my husband if I can buy my own Platinum Quilt as well. And he said, why don't I just borrow it from my mom? And I told him that cannot be right because I bought the deep sleep and also the quilt as her retirement gift. You know what happens, right? When you actually borrow things from your mom, sometimes some things are not returnable. So my husband agreed, and it was a good thing because by the end of the day, we'll be sharing it as well. So what made me decide, besides of feeling a little bit envious of how my mom looking different, is how she treated my children. After 2 weeks of using the deep sleep and also the Platinum Quilt, I saw the huge difference in her, and it made me wonder, like, hey, this is like the mother that I used to remember, because previously she has this change of moods. She was in this different kind of phase. She was very moody. She was easily upset, irritated, and agitated, and she was even easily annoyed by my daughters, which doesn't sound like her. So I decided to go for it after the changes in her. After 2 weeks, I told her that this is the mom that I remembered. Maybe if I invest in myself as well, I would see the same thing. So moving on, I have trouble with sleeping from the frequent eczema that I have since I was young. So those are my pictures. The before, I've been having, I have and that, this is my first daughter. She also has eczema as well. So Mama, maybe you can show the after. Yeah. All right. So that is the result now then. Finally, after using the Platinum Quilt and also the Deep Zip, we finally saw results, not just using from the steroid creams. Before this, you want to go first? You want to go? She wants to stay with me. Sorry. So before this, when I was using the steroid creams, it was just that. It was just helping to manage my skin issues. But there was no, to say any signs of healing, I cannot see it. But ever since we used the Platinum Quilt and the Deep Sleep, with the steroid creams, with the Platinum Quilt, my first one, as the one that she was here just now, she also has eczema, and the both of us, we have the tendency to scratch. So we scratch so much that we bleed the bed sheets, and we use medication for her to make her sleep better, and that worries me in the long term because I see myself in her. I see my own reflection in her, and seeing it happen to my own daughter, it also gives me anxiety. And to make it worse, my daughter is quite hairy. So she's hairy, she has eczema, and she has also dry skin. It's a really, really bad combination. And now my second daughter. So I have 2 daughters. So my second daughter also, she was diagnosed with croup before the age of 1. And ever since then on, she has been coughing for 2 years. Yeah? For 2 years, she's been coughing and she is unable to dispel her phlegm or kahak. Yeah? So, but ever since she slept with the quilt, imagine this. After 2 weeks when she slept with the quilt, she was able to dispel her phlegm. And slowly her bad mouth odor has reduced significantly. And that was also worrying me as well. So my 2 children sleep with me, and imagine my surprise when I used the Platinum Quilt. The both of them has good sleep to the point that they peed on the bed frequently, which tells me, they actually finally have good sleep. So my husband was very, very confused, he was confused that I wasn't upset, he was confused that I wasn't going melodramatic about it, because he knew this is not a very cheap investment. So I told him the reason. It was already like around 3 a.m. in the morning. So I told him, I said, it's okay. It's not surprise to me because what made me more surprised was my girls are able to sleep better. And also I told my husband not to worry so much. We've invested this quilt not only because of the functionality, but it's also because it's machine washable. And that matters the most. And most importantly, my routine massages, me and my mom has reduced significantly. For the last 2 years, imagine we spend a minimum of $300 for 10 hours every single month. So when you do the multiplication, $300 for minimum 10 hours for 12 months, that is $3,600, yeah? $3,600, you can get the queen quilt plus the pillow. And you get to use it every single night. That's no brainer. That's no brainer right there. So not only you get to sleep with your Japanese quilt and pillow every single night, it's like also sleeping with your tukang urut, right? With your masseuse every single night. Except that's in the form of quilt. It's a halal thing. Okay? So the quilt has helped relax my body in the sense of massaging my sleep. It also helps to boost the body immunity of my whole family. We rarely go to the massage parlor. We rarely go to the clinic. We only go when we require it, not as a routine. We certainly have saved a lot of money, and our quality of life is so much better right now. And to share with you, I made a disclaimer that I have 2 children. I'm also having my 3rd baby right now. So I am 8 months pregnant, and I must say the quilt and the pillow has delivered its promise. It helps me to lessen my body aches. It assists my body recovery better. I even still I still walk or jog every day for 1 kilometer minimum. It also helps to moisturize my skin. And guess what? From there on, my husband bought 2 more quilts, and now my children officially has 2 Japanese boyfriends, 1 of each. So that's my sharing from Renai. I thank you so much for your time. I truly appreciate it. And thank you again for everyone.